loves, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you guys a mini makeup tutorial. I did a little poll on Instagram of a look that I did in my last video, and I asked if you guys wanted to see a tutorial for it, and I did get a lot of responses. It's not too many things that are different from the look that I posted on Instagram. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, if you like to see how I achieve this look, just keep watching. Alright, so I have never done a talk through before, guys, so just bear with me. We're gonna get through this together. A little swig of my Blue Joe. Delicious. My husband discovered these Hawaiian punch things that you put in your drink, and it's like we're so addicted to them because they really taste really good. So with my face already done, my brows already done, we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into the eyes. And I usually don't do a talk through, so guys, please bear with me because it's gonna be like my birth sign. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the base for my eyes, and I'm using the Studio Finish Concealer by MAC in NC50, yeah. And I love this concealer for underneath my brows. I also love it as a eyeshadow base as well because it's thick but not too thick, if that makes sense. It's not going to have your shadow slipping and sliding, and you will need to set it. So this is just what I've been finding works really good for me lately. So it's kind of one of my favorite eyeshadow primers. And I'm going to share with you guys a trick. If you see me kind of lifting up my eyebrows like this, I have hooded eyelids. So if you have hooded eyelids, this is going to be a really good tutorial for you. It will help you out and help you to understand little tricks that you can do to be able to have your eyeshadow looks coming out amazing. So I'm going to use this 128 brush from BH Cosmetics. It's a really big dent brush, and I'm just going to pat that product all up and through the lid while stretching my eyes. If you can see, that gives me more lid space. So for me personally, this works a lot better, and I'm able to spread the products more evenly. I don't get as much patchiness. Now sometimes, just all depending, you may just want to lift the eyebrow. I find sometimes that the warmth of your hand can tend to kind of move the product around, so that's why I always stick to brushes. Set anything that I do in any type of liquid or cream. So to set that, oh, I just made a mess. I made a mess of myself. Alright, so to set that product, I'm going to be using the Sacha Buttercup powder, and just lightly with a light hand. You don't need a lot of this product. Typically, I would do a transition color, but because I'm going in with such, not a bold color, but just a pigmented color, I'm going to skip doing the transition shade altogether. So if you have the Masquerade palette, pull it out because it's going to help you know what shadows to use. If you don't have the Masquerade palette, then you can just use whatever you have on hand that's closest to what I'm doing. So if you have the Masquerade palette, I am dipping into the Ada shade, which is kind of like a rustic red shade. I really like it, so I'm just gonna take this and start blending that into my crease. The brush that I'm using to do that is a MAC 217 brush, one of my favorite blending brushes. The most important thing when doing an eyeshadow look is making sure that you are blending for life. That is key. It helps to tap the excess powder or the excess eyeshadow off of your brush. And then also, what's important to keep on hand is the blending brush. And this is also a MAC brush. It's 224 blending brush, because right here, I'm going to take this part, right here, that is going to be your line, so to speak, of demarcation, or you know, you just don't want any harsh lines. So you just want to take that brush and kind of sweep it along the perimeter so that it can just blend it out even more. So, and then you continue to do that and build up the intensity that you want until it's looking how you want it to look. then you can always go back and add your transition color or your original color after you finished, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because sometimes when you add the other colors you may lose this color. You can see the hood of my eyes comes down pretty far, so I don't have a lot of lid space. Use the shadow technique. It allows my eyes to get bigger, it allows more lid space, and it gives me a little bit more depth to my eyes. So that's something important to remember also when you have hooded eyes. You got to work with what you got, honey. Work with what you got. Next color I'm going to add out of the palette is going to be Fulani. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not 100% sure. But it's a nice deep brown color. And I can't remember if I did this in the first look or not. So I wanted to keep this look strictly to the Masquerade palette. I believe the last time that I did this, I used the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be able to utilize all of the colors in this palette to be able to create a look, because sometimes people don't have all of the palettes, and this place is very affordable palette. Their palettes are very affordable, so if you don't have the other palettes that I use, you'll still be able to create this look using just this one palette. So what I'm doing here is I'm just deepening up this outer portion of my eye. That's all I'm doing by using that color, just to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm using a brush that I got. It's a brush line. I found them on Instagram. It's called I Heart Brushes. And I got like 8 brushes for like $10 or $15. Something. What I'm doing right now is just deepening up that outer portion of my eye. This part is completely optional. You could just skip right onto the lid area. It's completely up to you. But for me, in my hooded eyes, I do like to just add that extra bit of depth to the eye. Weird, but it works for me. So don't forget to go back in and blend your colors out, so everything is working together for your good, like the Lord. Go back to the Studio Finish concealer and use that to carve out my lid. And I usually don't use this, but I don't have what I normally use like readily available on hand, so I'm going to see if this works as well as what I normally use. So what I do is I start to place the product, and this is not a cut crease, though it looks like one, but this just works better for my eye shape, I find. And if you can see, I'm not making the line like as sharp. I'm just simply putting this concealer where I want my lid shadow to go, and I'm going above my crease, because that is going to make your eyes look a lot bigger. Gold. You could just, oh, can you see everywhere I go around the city, bling bling. It's just gorgeous. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous gold. I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. You just see how it looks like I just have a bigger space of lid than I actually do. If you have hooded lids, I'm telling you, you're going to want to do this. So I'm thinking that's looking pretty darn good. Like I said earlier, if you find that you have lost some of the color payoff from the first shadow that you put down, just go back, use your same brush that you used before, go back into your palette and just go over that area right here. So you're gonna lift up the eyebrow, you're gonna lift up your lid. Like if you can't do this, then you're just gonna have to use your hand. But you're gonna lift up your lid and you're gonna place that product. You're gonna place that product right there. So it'll be a little bit more concentrated, and you can really tell where that product kind of breaks off. Go in with Giza, and that's like a lighter, like pinky type shade almost. And I'm gonna go right here on that outside portion of my eye where that darker color meets that gold color. I'm going to put that light color right there. I'm going to go ahead and apply my wing liner and my lashes off camera. And okay guys, so here is the finished look. I did switch it up a little bit where I use a deeper lip, and because it's getting closer to Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying, got my little Valentine's Day situation, you know, trying to get in the mood for love. So I switch it up to this pink look from Jordana, and this is from their Sweet Cream Matte collection. And this is in the color Strawberry Crumble. So to recap, for this look, I used strictly the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. That palette should still be available right now. I will leave all links below to where you can purchase what I use, including this lip. I will also include links for this wig. I will leave a link up there so you can click a review that I did for this wig, just in a different color. Can we get into these earrings though? Can we get into these earrings though? These are like fancy without being fancy, you know, and dress up a look and it doesn't look too overdone, you know what I mean? This was just like the right amount of shoulder out, then little dangly earring, you know what I mean? You know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short little mini makeup tutorial. Any questions that you may have below. Also, you can leave any video suggestions that you have, and I will be happy to accommodate you as long as I'm able to. As always, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification button so you won't miss any of my videos. And until next time, stay blessed and fabulous always.